Madison. I'm bringing another tool that I'm going to be using. This one might be a little bit more intimidating, but I promise it's not as complicated as it seems. I promise it's not. And the reason why I'm bringing you this tool is because I'm going to be using it, but instead of taking my boards and my backings for my nail racks and my long, tall pieces of, wood or my frame to the home improvement store, I'm going to be cutting them myself. Well, I have been cutting them myself, so I decided to go ahead and get everything. As you know, I got the nail gun. So next I needed to cut these frames so that they can be as straight as possible. So this is what I bought, you guys. I bought a miter saw, and it happens to have a laser on it, which I have not used yet. I don't think it's really necessary, but it came in this box, and this is what it looks like. I know it looks a little scary, but I promise it's not. The way I learned to use this was from the guy in Home Depot. He just simply point and show me. He's like, turn this on, point it like that, and that's how you use it. Literally, that's how I learned to use this. So I'm excited about this too, as I'm excited about all of my tools. This comes, it's really light. Let's start with that. Very light. I pulled it right out of the box, and all I had to add was this bag, which doesn't really catch much dust. It catches it, but not the dust you need to catch. So you attach it onto the back there. Now, it has a clamp. So when you put your wood in between here, you can clamp it. Let's do this first. In order to see how it's locked in place, in order to get this lifted, there is a knob here. The knob here, and you loosen it up. Loosen it up as much as you can. I guess I tightened it way too tight. So you loosen this up, you put pressure down, to release it. So that's how you open it up. And to close to lock it back, you tighten this back down, and it stays in place. Now, there's a knob here in the back. And what this knob does in the back, you loosen that up, it lets you tilt it. How cool, huh? So you're able to tilt. Let's tighten that back up. Your on-off switch is here. And I've got it plugged, I really do. So I want to be careful. So, to lift it up, see how you have your safety piece here? That's to cover your blade. Won't hurt you, it's safety. It's for safety. The really cool thing about this is if you want to do miter cuts, you know how picture frames are when they have those cuts? You know, miter cuts in your ceiling or at your door, make it look like a frame, a cute frame. This is why it's called a miter. So you can actually turn this whole piece here, this bottom base, like turn it to like 45 degrees, and then you can cut on that side, then you turn it 45 degrees this way, and then you cut that way, and that way your two pieces can meet up. Well, you guys know what a picture frame, the edges of a picture frame look like, you know. And you're able to make those little cuts for decorative effect. So, turn this back to 0. When you turn it back to 0, it's just going to simply cut a piece of wood straight. So, piece of wood. So, you can put it, like you can measure your wood. If you want your wood to be wherever, like if I want this wood to be 16 inches exact, it's not 16 inches exact. Well, yes it is, because I've been cutting. But let's just pretend it wasn't 16 inches. I'm going to find whatever inches I want on my wood, mark it. I'm going to mark it and literally set it in here, put the grip on it. It's not going anywhere. So your pieces are going to be straight. They're going to be plumb. They're going to be even. And then, safety first, I went ahead and I purchased these goggles. And I tell you why I purchased these, because I was cutting without them. Not supposed to do that, I know, but you know, I got all cocky with it. But my eyes were dry and they started to burn because the sawdust is what it is. It's everywhere. So I went ahead and bought them. Getting them caught in my earrings, of course. Take those off. Put them on so you can just avoid that. Then I needed to put this on because sawdust was flying everywhere, and I don't want to be breathing it. So this is my uniform for when I'm using this thing. So you can turn her on. She's ready to go. So don't do this and watch what you're doing and literally watch what you're doing. So you push this button on the side and you push this button here underneath the handle, and that turns it on, and then you just go. Is that awesome or what? I love it. So, loosen up your grip, your vise, and your wood is cut perfectly. So things are even. And this little machine is just, this miter saw is simple enough, again, for people who don't use tools that much. It's not complicated, it's not hard, and it's not as loud as you would think. One thing the guy did do in the store, he convinced me, because what did I know, to get a different blade, a blade that has more teeth on it, so they can cut smoothly and, you know, and not mess up the wood. So I did do that. I brought it home and I used my little, you know, wrench tool that comes with it to take it apart and everything. I did all of that. Let me turn it off first. So I turned it off, and I went underneath here and used my tool and everything to take the blade off, switch the blade out. You guys, the blade I bought was a Diablo blade, and they sell those aftermarket. So I'm like, okay, clearly you know what you're talking about. I'm listening to him, and this blade that I put in there was just a little too powerful for what I was doing. You know, I'm cutting my frames, these little small pieces of wood, and I promise, it started smoking, literally burning the wood, like the inside. I don't have it anymore. I don't think I have any more pieces, but they were burning. I was like, what is going on? So I thought it was me. I thought I was doing something wrong, but clearly I wasn't. So, I'm like, all right. So I started spraying water on it to keep. I was like, God, I don't want to have to do this in order to use this machine. So turns out, I was like, you know what? Let me switch back to the blade that it came with. Like before I even did that, it got worse. It set off my smoke detector, and I was like, what? It was smoking up my apartment, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. So something told me to just put the original blade back in on the machine. I put the original blade back on the machine, and it's perfect for what I need to do. So don't do that. Don't change your blade. Don't let someone tell you to buy some aftermarket whatever. Don't do that. That was not a good call. And I had to go back and tell him that. He was like, wow, really? Yeah, you nearly set my apartment on fire. So anyway, but don't change your blade. Just use what comes with it unless you're doing some heavy duty type of project, which I'm not so far. And it'll work just fine. And I'm just really excited that these machines, we need to take the mystery out of them. We need to stop being afraid. And I was watching one video, and the lady was like, oh, you know, my husband will cut these pieces for me because that thing, it'll probably kill me or something like that. And I was like, no, I don't think it would. Just you need to learn some things about it and learn how to use it, and, of course, be safe. And that way you won't die or chop anything off. So, yeah, I'm excited that was just a quick lesson, and literally all I did was went into the store and the guy showed me that, and that's how easy it is to use a miter saw. So don't be afraid. Unfortunately, it's just for cutting straight cuts. I can't use it to cut the backs of my nail racks. I still have to use the hand saw that I have, and I want to work on that too. That's the next big thing. I want to work on that too because I have to rig the backboard onto my horses so that they can lay straight. So I'll have to get like a circular saw for that. That's my next move. We'll see what happens with that. But this is my miter saw, and it's light as a feather, and it's easy to use, so don't be afraid of tools, ladies. Okay? So that's it. That's my review on my miter saw, and that's what I use it for, my frame. Time to get to work.